Hey, Church Kids! How are you doing? I am so happy that you are here. Do you want to be a part of our weekly digital parties? They are so much fun. In our digital parties, we get to hang out with Church Kids leaders, other Church Kids, play games, and just be together. If you want to be a part of our Church Kids digital parties, have your parents scan the QR code right here, and we can't wait to see you.
David, what are you doing?
I was playing in this can, and now I can't get out. Help me! Help me! Oh no! Oh no! Oh my God! Oh. Alex, help me! Help me, Alex! Help me! I need some help. Oh, can you help me?
Thanks, Alex. You saved my life. Holy cow.
No problem, David.
Woo, Church Kids. I get stuck in garbage cans all the time, right? I mean, it's just normal, isn't it? Me and Oscar the Grouch. Well, Church Kids, have you ever gotten stuck before? I mean, like, really stuck? Woo! Maybe you got stuck at the bottom of your sleeping bag or behind the couch and in between the wall, but getting stuck is the worst. And when you get stuck, like really stuck, do you like go and try and find your baby sister and call out to your infant baby sister and be like, infant baby sister, come help me. Roll over here and help me get out. Or do you ask your like 120-year-old great grandma Mima to come and help you? Probably not. Why? Because she's chilling on the recliner with the Reader's Digest, okay? Not quite strong enough. No, when we really get stuck, we need to find somebody who can help us and who wants to help us. And that's what we're going to talk about today. But Church Kids, do you know that Jesus not only has the power to help us when we feel stuck, the best news is he wants to. Jesus wants to help us and can help us. Well, it is now 2022. Can you believe it? It's New Year's. Happy New Year's, Church Kids. And do you know, over the last couple of years, there's been a whole lot of stuff that's gone on. And I am so excited because Jesus has such an incredible plan for you and for your family in this brand new year. Oh yeah, let me say it again. Jesus has an incredible plan for you and your family. Well, let's get into it. And let's go to the Bible for today's story because the Bible is one of the best places to find out who Jesus is. And in Luke chapter 7, it says this. When he, Jesus, finished speaking to the people, he entered Capernaum. That was the name of a city. And there, a Roman captain had a servant who was on his deathbed. He prized him highly and didn't want to lose him. When he heard Jesus was back, he sent leaders from the Jewish community asking him to come and heal his servant. Jesus went with him. When he was still quite far from the house, the captain sent friends to tell him, Master, you don't have to go to all this trouble. Just give the order and my servant will get well. When the messengers got back home, they found the servant up and well. Church Kids, here's something you've got to know about what was happening at the time that this story took place. You see, about 100 years before our story today, there was a country called Rome. Now, Rome still exists. It's now a city in the country of Italy, but back then it was like a country, and it was a superpower. And Rome decided to travel up to the country of Israel, which also exists today, and conquer it. They attacked it and then occupied it, which means that a whole bunch of Roman soldiers and government officials plopped themselves down in the middle of Israel and decided to live there. Well, you can imagine that the Israelites weren't big fans of all of these Roman soldiers running around. And the Roman soldiers, most of them, weren't very big fans of the Israelites. It was like, rah, 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 sometimes like you and your siblings can be. Well, there was one Roman soldier who was very different than the others. Because the Roman soldier in our story today loved Israel, and he loved the Israelites. In fact, he went out of his way to help his neighbors, even though he was a Roman soldier. He was also very rich and super powerful, okay? He was like Forbes top 500 type of guy. And he had a whole bunch of employees that worked for him. But there was one employee that the Roman soldier valued and appreciated more than all the others. And this particular employee was so important to him, he was like a son. He was like a member of the soldier's family. But one day, the employee wasn't feeling very well, and he got sick. And then he got sicker, and then sicker, until finally, after doctor had seen him, the last doctor looked at the Roman soldier and said, "I'm so sorry. I don't think he's gonna live." And the Roman soldier was heartbroken. He wished there was something he could do to help this employee. He felt stuck. He felt trapped. And all of a sudden, he remembered something. He remembered that a while back, he had a conversation with someone who told him about a man named Jesus, a Jewish man from the area called Nazareth, who could do miracles. This guy was different. And so the Roman soldier gathered up some of his helpers and said, "I need you to go find Jesus. Please go get him and bring him back, because maybe he can help us where we can't help ourselves." And so these friends took off, and they went and they found Jesus. And Jesus was like showing God's love to people. He was healing sick people. He was kicking out demons. And these friends ran up to Jesus and said, "Jesus, there's a guy that we know. He's a Roman soldier. Don't hold it against him. He actually loves the Jewish people, and he has a sick employee. Could you please come and heal him?" And when Jesus saw these friends, he realized, this is something I need to go do. This is something only I can do. And so he went with the friends to go to the Roman soldier's house. And somebody sent word back to the Roman soldier, "Jesus is on his way." And when he heard that, he thought to himself, wait a second, I don't even need Jesus to come here. And so he writes down another note, puts it in the friend's hand. The friend runs back to Jesus. Jesus is on his way to the house, and the friend's like, "Whoa, Jesus, time out. Blah, blah, blah. Read this note." And so Jesus uncrinkles the note, like a note you get from a friend at school, and he opens it up, and it says, "To Jesus, from Roman soldier. I know that you are powerful, and all you need to do is say the word, and my employee will be healed. I trust in you." And church kids, as Jesus looked at that little note, a big smile came across his face, because he saw how much trust this man had in who he was. You see, the Roman soldier knew that not only could Jesus heal his employee, he also wanted to. And so he looked at the friend and said, "He's gonna be okay." And so the friend, his eyes got big, he turned around and he ran all the way back home and back to the Roman soldier's house. And he opened up the door and he's like, "Guys, it's all right. Jesus said everything's gonna be okay." And then he opens up his eyes to see the employee standing up on his feet, looking great, totally healed, hugging his friend, the Roman soldier, and everyone else in the household. And the guy's like, "Whoa, what happened?" And the Roman soldier said, "He's healed. Jesus did it. By the way, when did you talk to Jesus? When did you give him the note?" And the guy was like, I don't know, maybe like 2:35 p.m.? And the Roman soldier shook his head and said, "That's the exact same time that he was healed and got up out of his bed." Church kids, that day, the Roman soldier discovered not only is Jesus God, he has the power to help, and he wants to. And in the exact same way, when you find yourself facing a situation where you feel like you're stuck, like me trapped in that garbage can, maybe you feel stuck in your emotions. Maybe you feel down or lonely or sad or just really emotional and you don't know why and you can't change it. Maybe you keep making the same poor decisions over and over and you don't want to do those things. You don't want to keep lying. You don't want to keep disobeying. You don't want to keep treating other people poorly, but you just can't seem to get yourself unstuck. The great news is just like Jesus healed that employee, Jesus is powerful enough to help you, and he wants to. So let's do this. Let's ask Jesus right now. So close your eyes and say this after me. Say, Jesus, you know where I'm stuck. I know you can help me and you want to. Jesus, please help me. Amen.
Wasn't that an amazing message, Church Kids? Don't forget, we want you to be a part of our digital party. So have your parents scan the QR code, and we can't wait to see you. Have an amazing week.